Hello and happy Monday. My name is Leigh Ralston and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I hope that you are doing well and thank you for checking this video out. I am here to do a live plan with me. I am using my A5 size planner. What I have here is two different planners. Okay, so I have I have both an A5 sizes though, and both binders are from Filofax. So I have the pink Malden, and then I have the silver mist croc from Filofax. So both are just gorgeous different planners. I mean, they are just absolutely lovely. I have been a Filofax fan for a very, very long time. And A5 size is my jam. I mean, I've tried many different sizes before. I have tried a personal size. I've tried traveler's notebook style of planner, and for some reason I keep coming back to the A5. I think the main reason to that is that I write very big and I have a lot of things going on, and so I need a much bigger size for all of my shenanigans. As you can see here, this was last week, and I did a plan with me from last week also, so you can check that out. So this is the week 25. Can you imagine that? Week 25. This is insane. I like to add a divider like this to know where my week is so that I can easily flip through. And this one is just a plain cardstock that I created myself, and I use a die cut. I use my A5 die cuts from Prima Planner to create my dividers and inserts like this. Dividers. And then I cut a slit, in the holes. And so this way I can easily just take it in and out of my planner without having to open the ring binder itself. And so it just takes out, a lot of strain in your planner doing it this way. And plus, it's much easier and faster. So when I do my planning, I like to take my inserts out as well and lay it flat on my table. And so that's what we're going to do. And the same thing with the inserts. I cut slits in all my inserts so I can easily do this as well. So I explained this new system. This is the planner that I'm using daily. So this is a day in 2 pages. This insert is from Filofax. I think it's also called Time Management, but this is a day in 2 pages. And if you are not following me on Instagram yet, I do hope you check me out on Instagram. It's at Mommy Lay, and I've explained this whole system in there in my live video. You can check that out. All right, and then here we go. And then first things first, I am going to choose some markers, color scheme, and this gives me an idea of what kind of drawings I'm thinking today. What am I wanting to do? So I'm choosing my markers. Here we go. I love my Pitt Artist pens. I just love them. It's perfect. And I'm going to choose some bright colors because I love colors. I'm not a minimal person, so sorry if you are a minimal planner and you just love minimal colors, the nude, the beautiful aesthetic. That's what my daughter would say. It's the aesthetic that people are doing now. I wish I can do minimal like that, but I just can't. I mean, I've tried, but I'll be fooling myself. I just love colors. I can't get away with colors. All right. Ew. I can see my. Here we go. Now, before I plan my week, what I usually do is that I would go to my monthly and then check out my monthly first and see what are the appointments, what are the things, that I need to be doing today and focus on today. Here we go. And so when you look at your monthly and say, all right, what's going on this week? Any special events, birthdays, appointments, and we do have a lot of stuff going on this week. So we have 3 birthdays this week. We have a dentist appointment today at 11:20. I have a vet for Winston on Wednesday. And then we have a doctor's appointment on Saturday. So since I have a daily insert now, I don't have to list down all my to-dos in here. That's what I've been doing. That's why this is kind of sort of crazy. Not sort of, but a whole lot of crazy going on in there. Because I was putting in all my lists, all my notes, all my to-dos in my weekly page, and it gets cluttered, and a lot of things get lost in there. And so having a separate, a very separate daily planner now really does help a lot, just to put down all the breakdown of my big goals for this week, and that alone is such a big deal. And so I'm super excited to really dive into the planning system, the daily planning system. I'm trying to be more organized with my time, and so we'll see. Wish me luck. All right, let me take a sip of my coffee first. Anyways, I would love to know where my audience is watching from. I am broadcasting live from Northwest Arkansas. Mm, coffee's so good. I love it. All right. I'm also going to grab some gelatos. Alrighty. Gelatos are just so fun to use. I've used them last week also to add some colors in my planner pages, because white page can be overwhelming. I mean, it really can be. Whether you're creating, in your sketchbook, in your journal, a white page can be overwhelming in the beginning. So that's what I like to do, is I like to add colors in here first to kind of like take out that fear of that white page. One more sip. Okay. And then for the gelatos, what I like to use is baby wipes. But I think I'm going to washi tape this page right here just so it won't move around so much. And speaking of washi tape, I think I will use some washi tape this week. I think I'm going to add some fun sprinkler. This one is from Wanton in a Million. I just love Cynthia and her designs. And then I love Simply Gilded as well. So I'm always just kind of like, which one am I going to use? But then I have this fun washi. I don't even know where this is from. I have so much washi tape. It's not even funny. It's so crazy. And honestly, the reason why I wanted to use some washi tape is because last week I did some stamping and some of the inks bled through. So that's a bummer. All right, so I'm trying to find a washi tape of just will match the colors of what I want to use for this week. So we're going to do some fun bright colors in here. But before that, let me just washi tape this so that when I apply the gelatos, it won't move around so much. Okay, washi tape. Because when I start blending the gelatos, they can move around a little too much and it'll be hard to control it. So I'll just washi tape this right here. Okay. Did my camera move? Here we go. All right, the colors that I picked are, I think two of them are from the Bright set, and then the other one is an iridescent set. This is the one I grabbed. Now, the iridescents from gelatos from Faber-Castell, they're so fun because if you're using a black notebook, the colors are going to be different if you're applying it on a white paper. It's super crazy fun. It's actually so entertaining. Just seeing them. All right, so for the brights, I'm just going to apply them here at the bottom just so I can not see the whole bleed through, although it's not really going to cover it, but at least it's not like it's right in front of my face. And we're just going to try and cover it. And what I want is just basically color. I just want color. And I'm thinking if I should just get a brush. You know what? It's not a bad idea. So here, I have my blending brush. And I almost forgot that I do have some stencils in here. And so way to add some colors is to use some stencils. You know, this one is the Mandala set from Faber-Castell. And I love them because it has different designs in here. You have small ones, 4 small ones like this. You know, if you want to use a bigger one, then you can choose to do so. This one's kind of like a sunburst. This is fun. Definitely use that. And then I have other different sets from them as well. This one is from a different set. I think it's from this one. Oh yeah, that's right. I love the here. I love the geometric. So we're gonna use that. We'll use some dots. We'll use some hexagons in here just to kind of add some colors. All right, so for now, I'm just gonna use the baby wipes to add moisture to my brush and to also clean it from whatever color I used last time. So see, I have kind of like a blue greenish in here. So we'll just clean it up. And I do want to say that I do take my time when I'm planning, so you can put me on a background while you do other stuff. And I'm gonna try and not scream in here, so just try to be as calm as possible so the video will be calming for you. All right, and let me just not overthink this. I'm just gonna keep adding here some dots. Now I should have placed a copy paper underneath so I don't hurt my table, but then, you know, sometimes I don't think in advance and I just kind of go with the flow. Not sometimes, I think most of the time should be the more appropriate there. Especially when I'm just doing this for fun, you know, the planning part of it. Now I'm going to change color. I'm going to add some pink, so we'll just clean up the orange that we have in there. And like what I did, I just applied the gelato directly into the brush. It's very moist. It's not overly wet. So you just want a little bit of moisture here. So the gelatos will stick to the brush, and then you can also easily blend it onto the paper. And then I'm just going to use the same baby wipes to kind of clean up some of the gelatos on my table. There. And I'll add the pink one, I think, here too. I'll just add more gelatos. Like that. And then I'll just add some in here. Just like that. And now we have colors, you know, so it's not overwhelming to me anymore. I'm going to add some yellow, but I'm going to use the hexagon shapes just for this one. And I will have no problem mixing it with the dots. I think I'll use it here. I cannot decide yet. Maybe I'll use it for the Monday. Let's set that aside. And let's set the other color. And then I'll use the yellow this time. This one is lemon. The pink one I use is called bubblegum. And then the orange one is called Supernova. Super cool names too. I love it. I love it when products like that have cool names. It's not just yellow. All right, this one. I'll have it here for the Monday because Mondays are mostly the busiest because of the things I procrastinated doing during the weekend. Or is it just me? Okay, just me. Then I'll add some in here too. By the hump day, we have a class for Michaels and Faber-Castell on Wednesday. And it's at 5 o'clock Central Standard Time. So we're going to do it here. Just apply it here and there. Oh, this yellow is so bright. It's so fun. And I'll have one on a Friday for the weekend. This is such a pretty yellow. Some yellows are, I don't know, yellows have never been my favorite, but lately it's just up there. So the same with the green. I never liked green color, but I don't know, now I like green. Or maybe because I used to just like pink, black, and white. So now I'm slowly appreciating other colors. It's so funny how that works. I'm just going to use whatever colors I have left, so it's not going to be as bright. So just a little faint in there. That's why you need to add like a copy paper underneath if you don't want to hurt your table like that. So I'll just add this one here, and I'll just add. So I'm applying very light pressure because I don't want too much color. I want these smaller ones to pop, but I also just want to add like a larger shape of hexagon with just some colors in here. So we'll just add those. I think I'm good. You know, for other people, this will be very busy for them, but for me, this is normal. I really like colors in my planner. Some people will get overwhelmed, like, oh my God, that's just too crazy busy. But nope, for me. I love it when it's busy and colorful, and it's just because planning is never fun, you know? For some reason, for some people probably, but for me, it's never been, oh my gosh, I really go plan all my bills and pay all of that. I mean, it's not fun, but I enjoy it, but not the things that I need to do, I suppose. That's what I should say. So it's never been one of those things for me. So I'm trying to make it fun to kind of like, okay, yeah, I gotta go pay the water bill today. You know, oh, I gotta pay my internet or electric bill, or we have a dentist appointment and stuff like that. All right, so this time I'm just gonna add some washi tape, and I feel like I want to add this pink first, the stripes one underneath. I'm gonna overlay my washi. This one is more solid color, and so it will cover up this black thing in here. That was a bled through from last week. And then I'll just overlay the dim sums on top. It's kind of like this. I'll cut it right there. And I just cut it with my finger. I mean, I don't use anything else. And I'll repeat that same one. Now, I don't have to worry about time in my week because in my daily planner, that is where I have all my blocking system for my daily activities. And so here, you know, I'm not overly worried about the time. So I can just put in whatever it is, and then I can just include the time in there, you know. Okay, and this one is so cute. This one is from Simply Gilded as well. Let's look at the washi tape closely because they are so adorable. This one is from Cynthia. It's just cute dim sum. It has confettis. So it's like this one is a sprinkle set, I believe. I can't remember. I'm so sorry. I'm so bad at remembering the the names and all that. And then the other one is just like fruit. So with both of them has gold foil. So they're just so cute. And then this one is from Simply Gilded as well. Love all of that. So pretty. Okay, zoom out again. And then we have here. All right, so I have washi here and I have a washi in there. I think I'm good with the washi. Yep, good with the washi. All right, just setting that aside. Now I'm going to use my Fudenosuke to do some doodles. I love to add some doodles in my planner just because I make it more personal. I am an artist, I'm a creative artist, and so I do art for a living, you know, and so sometimes it becomes a job that it becomes overwhelming, and I tend to kind of like not enjoy it most of the time. So when I'm doing a planning and a personal thing like this, I try to do more art just because it's just it is fun. I try to make it as fun as possible. Now I want to add some black florals in here, kind of like what we have last week. But last week we used a stamp set from Pink and Maine, which I really love. And so I kind of want to add some florals in here again because we have some hexagon and I want to kind of like do some cute bees, kawaii bees in here. And that's what we're going to do. So we'll add some florals here on top. And so like this part. And so how I like to do my florals is very easy. I want to start with like a half circle, a semicircle like that. And then I'm going to go cross it underneath or on top of it, and kind of like this. Right? And I'll go add, so a lot of semicircles. Now, what you want to do when you're creating a floral, it's going to just depend on the size of your rose. So you just keep wanting to adjust your size. Of course, if you want it more open, then you go bigger, you know? So the more open the petals are, like that. So I'm going to stop right there, and I'm just going to add like dots in the middle. And then I'll add like a leaf in there, like that. And then I'll add another flower in here. This one's just big petals, kind of like this. And then I'll repeat the same shapes to add in the middle part. So this one is kind of like leaning towards the left. And I'm just going to add a heart on top of that. I'll repeat that. I add a heart in there too. Finish that in. And then maybe add another leaf in here. And then I'll add some irregular dots and patterns in there. Just like that. And then I'll draw a cute bee, a kawaii bee. So it's kind of like a speech bubble also, right? So sometimes when we're drawing and doodling and as adults, we try to overcomplicate things. We forget that everything is just simple shapes put together. You know, so you always start with a basic shape of whatever it is that you want to draw. And so for this instance, I knew I wanted to be. When I was a child, how would I see a bee? What kind of shape? It's an oval, right? And so from the oval, that's where you just visualize and add how I can add, you know, the side, where the stinger is, you know, how can I make it pointy on the other end and stuff like that. I mean, it's just how you would change things. And so I'm just adding it. And with kawaii, everything is just super simple shapes, really. And that's what made me fall in love with kawaiis because I was never an artist to begin with. I am an artist, but I'm a singer. And so when I first dove into the world of art, I didn't know anything. And so I fell in love with the style of kawaii because it was simple. It was something that, you know what, I could try doing that. And so I just practiced and I practiced and I practiced. And eventually, um, I am happy with my work, but at the same time, it's never ending. I have to continuously learn, and I love that part. I love the learning part, and so I really do. Now, I'm going to draw a cute bear in here, but for some reason, I feel like I want to start sketching the bear first, just so I can be better with the size. Because sometimes the size is where I struggle because I write big, and so I tend to kind of like draw big as well. And so because I want it to fit in here without having it oversized, I'm just going to sketch my basic head. I like my bears with big ears. Um, so I remember when I was first trying to create my character, my bear character, I was like, is that a bear or a mouse? Well, I guess depends on how you see it. I will not argue with that. But it's originally a bear in my head, but I guess if you see it as a mouse, that works too. And so you see when I'm sketching, I cannot sketch like a, dirty sketch like other artists would. I wish I can, just so it will ease up my work. But because I try to sometimes make it as perfect as possible in the first sketch, I do a lot of erasing already. Which, other artists, that what they would do is they would just get the whole idea in there, where the placement, how big, the size, and all that. Then they make all the changes when they're ready to make their line art. But for some reason, maybe because I was never an artist and I didn't go to school, maybe I didn't learn the proper way, I just kind of want to get it right already, my first sketch. Okay, and so with everything I've learned, anatomy is always the hardest, whether it is an animal or a person, and whether it is you're drawing realistically or even the kawaii style. It's hard. I struggle with that. Just placement of the arms, how we would bend or how it would stretch and all that. And I heard, someone said, well, if you're doing just a comic style, it doesn't matter. You can make it, exaggerated and no one's going to argue with that. I agree. I agree to some extent, but if it bothers you as an artist, and I say do whatever it is that makes you smile, and if it bothers you, then change it. If it doesn't, then good. See, go for it. That's the key. You do you. So whether it is with planning, whether it is with art, do what makes you happy. I think that's the most important thing of all. I think that's the most important lesson I've learned is just do what makes you happy. Not because someone said so or because someone disagree with that idea. As long as you're not hurting anyone, I suppose I should add that, then you're okay. This bee is hogging the honey. I think I don't want to make it too round. I want to make a curve in here. It's a very, very small curve for the cheek. The ironic part here is when I'm drawing and sketching like this, and when I try to do my final art, usually my final art is so different just because I never follow my sketch. I don't know. It's the irony of life, I suppose. Okay, I am trying to find an eraser. I have so much erasers and I keep losing them and just, so that's why I keep opening up new ones. Because I gotta find the old eraser. Where did I put the eraser? I usually just have it in here. Yeah, I know you're wondering why I need erasers. Because I kind of want to lighten my area, but you know what? We're just gonna go for it. Alright, so I'm gonna go for it. This is the brand new Fudenosuke tips from Pit Artist Pens from Faber-Castell. This is like a dream come true, an answered prayer for me, because I love the Pit Artists and I love Fudenosuke pens. And so when they came up with the Fudenosuke pens, I was just ecstatic. I mean, I was just so crazy happy. There we go. Perfect example. See, my eyes are different, placement of the nose. But then I guess that's why you do an initial sketch, because you kind of see where you don't want things. Does that make sense? Do placement of the honey jar, placement of the leg. Just because of this washi tape is here, it's kind of like, oh, see, it's so difficult. That was hard. Anyways, that's good enough for me. You know what? That's good enough. So I'm just gonna add some hearts in here. Maybe cute is just make a small bee in here, because the bear doesn't want to share the honey. But let's add some marks where it came from the honey jar. So we add, so cute. Now I can just clean up all this marks, the initial sketch, just like that. And when you erase stuff, see, that's why I love my kneadable eraser, because I can roll the kneadable eraser on top of it and I know I'm not hurting anything. Does that make sense? Because sometimes, especially it depends on the paper that you're using, if the ink is still a little wet, you can end up smudging them. And so I don't know why I'm trying to be impatient here. I could have just, oh, maybe because I'm making a video. Because if this was just me, I wouldn't have erased that yet. I would just let it sit in there for just a little bit. And here, I'm just going to add part of that. And then I'm going to use some yellow in here to color in the honey jar. And so this one is why I love using the same brand, is because I know that my yellow are going to be consistent. So this one is the cadmium yellow. I know this is lemon, but if you're using like same brand, you kind of know where all the colors are. And so what it's going to look like, you're familiar with it and all that. And so it really does, this really help a lot. And so with the Pitt Artist pens, they are using India inks. And India inks, they don't bleed through. And so even when I'm using the Filofax paper, and I know that this Filofax is a little thin on the thin side, but the inks bled through, but my Pitt Artist pens did not bleed through. And so, you know, that's what I love about the India ink. They dry fast as well, and I'm not going to be worried about any bleed through or anything like that on the other page. I'm all good. So I love it. And then this time I just want to create another floral in here to kind of match what we have going on that middle top. Again, of course, the more petal you add, the more, the bigger your flower goes. So just be mindful of that one. Have it. And I think I'll add my leaf in here. And then I'll add my flower that's wide open over here. Like that, like this, and I'll add my heart. And I'll add my leaf in there. Like that. And then maybe I'll just add a smaller flowers in here. Just to kind of add more elements. It just gives, you know, more visual interest in there. But basically what I was hoping for and was wanting is to have, it's not super crazy the same, but, you know, at the same time, it is kind of the same because you have the same theme going on. And so here, I'll have a honey jar going down. Put in the word honey in there, and I'll put a cute face for it to be kawaii. And then I'll have like a spill. I love those little things like that, little details just like that. It just makes it more personal. Then I'll have another honeybee in here. And just like that, and this one with some very calm bee, like that. And then we'll add the marks, kind of like this. And you can add a little cute, their feet. Just makes it look more kawaii. And then all I gotta do is color that in, and really I'm all done. I think I'm gonna create here because we have birthdays, and so I want to make it where it's my father-in-law's birthday today. And then tomorrow it's my niece's birthday. And on the 23rd, it's my friend Jet's birthday. So we have a lot of birthdays going on here. And so here I'll draw a cake. Some melting icing on top. This is almost my signature cake design. I can't. I just love it. Add a candle. Like that. And then here, we'll have a candle for Georgette's birthday. There. But I think I'm all done, but I think I'm missing a girl. I like to draw my cute kawaii girl. So this is just kind of to symbolize me, because I'm doing the class on Wednesday, and so just add my doodle in here. I cut my hair shorter. Like that. Have a big smile. I'll add a cute bow. And then this will be my Michael's class, so this is where I'm going to put that in. But so far, I'm really happy with this. I mean, nothing super crazy happening, but I'm just going to color in some of my candles. I'll do it that color just because we have a lot of yellows happening already, but I'm going to color in my bee with the yellow. I think it's the cadmium yellow that smudges a lot. I don't know, for some reason I think it's the ink consistency in this one, but I don't have a problem with other colors smudging, but for some reason this yellow one, and actually this light purple one also. But then I think because I am such in a hurry, because I know I'm filming a video, and so sometimes it changes how I would approach things. Oh, you know what? This is a fine liner. It's okay. So we'll just add it here. So we have that pink one. So we'll add a cute blush over there and color this in. It's the same India ink. It's just because it's a super fine tip, it will just take me just a little bit longer. It's okay. Just like that. I'm gonna color in the candles. And then I'll use the blue for the icing on the cake. Like that. And so what it is that when you have a limited color palette, even though your doodles and your page is busy, what helps is that when you have a limited palette going on, color palette going on, for some reason it minimizes the craziness and the busyness, because everything kind of like just match well together. Very well, as a matter of fact. And so here I'm going to use the pink and color this in. As you can see, I'm coloring like a little kid here. I'm not even trying to be careful or anything. Just so I can add colors. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect. Gosh. I can see some bullet journal spreads, and I'm watching like YouTube videos. And man, it's so perfect. I wish I have that in me to create something so perfect. But I think that's when it's going to become a little overwhelming for me if I try to do that. Here we go. I think I'm going to add some orange for this little tiny flowers like this. We'll just give that variety because we're using some orange in here from here. So it's just different. Oops. I don't know why the pit artists are like smudging today. Maybe it's the paper I'm using? I don't know. It's just slightly making me frustrated. I should have just used the brand new Gold Faber Aqua. I need to try it anyways because I need to see if it's going to bleed through in this paper. I doubt it, or at least I don't know. I shouldn't say that. Spill of the honey. This one over too. And then I'll use the same pink one. Color this heart in. And then I'm going to make a heart here also. Gonna make me a blush as well. Just like that. Maybe I'll color my hair orange. Why not? My hair is like salt and pepper now. Well, not completely, but almost. There are days where I love it. There are days where I want to color it. So I'm very inconsistent with my hair. And so the other day, I think it was yesterday, when I told my husband I love my gray hair. And he was giving me the eye, kind of like, love? I said, I do. If I don't love it, I would have colored it already. And he's like, well, love? All right, okay, maybe today I love it. So I guess he's right with that. Sometimes I love it. Sometimes, it's just, I don't. So it's just very inconsistent. But I think how I answered is correct. If I don't necessarily like it, okay, maybe that's a word, I would have colored this in a long, long time ago if it bothers me. But it really doesn't bother me. I like aging. I just don't like the aches and the pains. I don't mind the wrinkles. I don't mind the gray hair. I just don't like the aches and the pains. If we can skip that part, it would be great. But I don't think we can. Just have to take better care of myself, The struggles. The struggles of a human being. Life is good, guys. Life is good. All right, I think I'm great here. I mean, if this is not busy enough, I don't know. But it is busy, and I love it. Let me know if you're someone who likes to plan minimally, or if you also enjoy cute things like this. But I really do. I thank you so much for being here today and joining me. If you've missed this live, thank you for checking this video out. If you are not a subscriber, I do hope you consider subscribing to my channel. If you have any questions that I can answer, let me know in the comment section down below. I wish you all the best. Have a blessed week ahead. My name is Leigh Bella Ralston, and I appreciate your time joining me. Until next time,